And welcome back to Game Escape. Back again today, this time with a little tribute video to Johnny Millennium, the creator of the HappyConsoleGamer YouTube channel, which is, in my opinion, the best gaming-related YouTube channel around. He's a very, very talented guy, and, you know, the purpose of this video is not to fish for views or subs or to ingratiate myself to him, but to point out the fact that, you know, he is really making a terrific contribution to gaming journalism, nostalgia, and their related fandoms. And he gets a lot of praise. He's got a lot of subscribers, I think close to 90,000 right now. But I think what kind of goes underreported about what he's doing on YouTube is the fact that he is really, I think, the first guy to equate the, you know, construction of personal memory with video gaming, and that seems kind of like a lofty statement, but I'll try to cash the check on that in this video. I mean, basically what Johnny has achieved is this ability to talk about old games in a way that I think does more justice than some of the other people out there on YouTube who are doing retro gaming shows. And, you know, I actually think that his style might ultimately be called a method at this point. I mean, basically, I think before Johnny, you had two approaches to talking about old games. You could either trash them and talk about how absurd they were and their design or their stories or their art styles, or you could try to offer a journalistic review of old games, almost as if they were coming out today. A number of people have done that, but there are deficiencies with both methods. I think the sort of trashing and bashing method, while it's funny and it can be entertaining when some people do it, I don't think it ever really does any kind of service to the hobby. It takes an interest in gaming and kind of just uses it for the purposes of being funny, and you don't really learn all that much about the old games in that way. And then, you know, the guys that come out there and review old games and talk about them based on their, you know, merits as games and kind of try to give their reviews like a timeless quality. I mean, they miss the mark as well, because I think to a certain extent it's hard to talk about a retro game in the same way that you would a current game. In some cases, the mechanics, the art style, these things have not held up well. So I think Johnny has really found a way to sort of circumvent this problematic, and that's by coupling gaming with memory. And he's such a great communicator when it comes to his personal memories of games that, at least in my experience, and I've watched every video that he's made, you know, his memories almost become your own, and you sort of absorb a lot of his passion for games and series of games and genres and some of his kind of related hobbies, whether it's Dungeons and Dragons or anime. And I think it's a way of highlighting the merits of these games, of situating them culturally and historically, and also communicating the fun and enjoyment that you can get out of them. The other thing that I really do appreciate about Johnny's channel and his style is the fact that he is all about the games. I think a lot of gaming journalism and commentary today has, you know, adopted a tone of ambivalence and irony and snarkiness. And so you actually, when you listen to a lot of these people out there, you never actually know what they believe. They are always at once highlighting some aspect of a game that they dislike, but yet trying to make some sort of statement of approval. And once you sort of go down that road, it becomes very hard for the listener or the viewer to identify what the commentator actually thinks about a game. And with Johnny, that is never a problem. He is so direct and so forthright about his love for the games that he talks about, it's very genuine, it's very original. He's not using his love of gaming to self-promote. And unlike a lot of other YouTubers and some of the mainstream press, he's not using his connection with the video game community as a means to gain an audience for his other talents and skills. I mean, he did the movie, but I mean, the movie was about gaming and gaming nostalgia and some of his own experiences with games. So I don't consider that to be part of this phenomenon that I'm talking about. You know, whatever recognition that he's received, he's gotten it because of his work in this area of gaming journalism. And that's very refreshing today. I think more commentators need to take that approach when they're talking about nostalgic games. And I think Johnny's style and his approach to discussing classic video games is going to find a more mainstream audience in the future. As people who grew up in the late 80s and early 90s, and even the mid-90s, get older, I think they're going to want to consume more of this content, and I think the content will become more widely available than just YouTube. And as this market expands, I actually think Johnny is going to find that he's going to have a role to play at the forefront of this kind of media. And again, I'm not saying this because I am, you know, a fanboy, or that I want to, again, that I'm trying to get in his good graces. I just think that, and it's not, you know, this phenomenon is not going to be solely driven by Johnny. There's other people out there who will contribute to it, but, you know, he's the type of guy that I think is going to be talking about games on an interview show or in whatever format is going to be out there, you know, when he's 60 years old. I mean, I think his brand of commentary and analysis is just going to resonate with this market. And I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you know, he finds that this can be a full-time job for him in some context down the road. I certainly have been tremendously influenced by him. I think his exuberance and his enthusiasm and his ability to talk about his past and to talk about the friends and you know, the memories he's had with gaming has awakened sort of similar musings and reflections in me, and it's one of the reasons that I'm on YouTube. And I'm, of course, I'm not even going to say a bit player. I don't think I've earned the title of player at this point, or perhaps that will be beyond the reach of this channel. But just as a hobby, I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't sort of see the fun that he's had on his channel. And certainly, you know, I don't want to leave out Rob. I think Rob, man, has played a tremendous role also in this brand of journalism. And I mean, I look forward to them every Sunday. I've experienced and I've learned about new types of games and culture through Johnny. I mean, just as a quick example, his discussion of Macross in both his Macross Christmas video and the Anime Rocks video has actually, you know, the passion, particularly in that video about the art book, you know, caused me to go back and examine this series that I was sort of tangentially aware of as a kid, but never really got into, and his whole discussion of art books, which was, you know, an area of the hobby that I did not even realize was around, and I've been slowly collecting those and really enjoying those over the years. So thank you, Johnny, for all of the great work that you've done, and I wish you all the success in the future, and I look forward to your latest projects. I have been, and I will be a big supporter. And for anyone who might be watching this video who has not discovered HappyConsoleGamer, like I said, the link is below. You owe it to yourself to check out this channel. Johnny has, at the moment, I think around 90,000 subscribers. Like I said earlier, he deserves 900,000 subscribers. I think anyone with even the most passing interest in video games. Anyone who was a gamer in the 80s and 90s will absolutely love what they can find on the Happy Console Gamer. So thank you guys for watching Game Escape, and I will be back shortly with another video.